Good morning, students. Today we are going to continue with the same chapter, that is 1.5, a Kabaddi match. But today what we are going to see, today our important topic in grammar we are going to learn, that is degree of comparison. An adjective of quality changes its form when it is used to compare. An adjective of quality changes its form when it used to compare one noun with another. It is called the degree of comparison. There are three types of degree of comparisons are there. First, the positive degree, the comparative degree, and the last, the superlative degree. First of all, we will get acquainted what positive degree is all about. The positive degree is used to refer to one object, person, or place without making any comparison. That is called as positive degree. For example, she has a big house. Here you can find there is no comparison at all. She has a big house. Here big is a adjective. Here there is no comparison at all. Next, we are going to see what comparative degree is all about. The comparative degree refers to a greater degree of adjective as compared to the positive degree. It is used to compare two objects, people, or place. For example, her house is bigger than my house. Here, comparison is being made between two objects. That's why here we use the adjective bigger. Understood? Hope so. You might have understood what comparative degree is all about. The next is superlative degree. The superlative degree refers to the greatest degree of adjective. It is used to compare more than two objects, people, or places. For example, his house is the biggest of all. Okay, let's get more acquainted about the degree of comparison. In order to form comparative and superlative degree of adjective, remembers the following rules. First rule, here we add er and est to most one or two syllable words that end in consonants. For example, dull, duller, and dullest. If you see, the dull is the main word, that is positive, and when we change into a comparative we added er, and when we are changing into the superlative degree we added est, that is dull, duller, dullest. The next rule, when the positive ends in e, we add only r and st to the adjective. For example, large, larger, and largest. And you can see in positive it is large. When we just make into a comparative we added er, that is larger. When we are making into a superlative we added est, that is large, larger, and largest. Let's start next rule. When the positive ends in consonant, that is with y, we drop the y and add ier and iest. For example, lucky, luckier, and luckiest. In positive we call lucky, we dropped the y and added ier in the comparative, and if you see in the superlative we added iest, luckiest. In positive lucky, and in comparative luckier, and in superlative luckiest. Understood? Okay. Our next rule, when the positive is a word of one syllable that ends in vowel plus consonant, we double the ending consonant and then add er and est. For example, red, redder, and reddest. You can see in positive it is red, and when we are changing that word into comparative, we added "ia," that is redder, and when we are changing into a superlative degree, we added est, that is reddest. In positive, red; in comparative, redder; and in superlative, reddest. Now our next rule: when the positive is long, that is a word of two or more syllable, we add more and most before the adjective to form comparative and superlative degree. Hope so you might have understood what I am speaking about. For example, in positive, it is useful, and when we are changing into a comparative, we are using more useful, and when we are changing into a superlative, we are using most useful. Is it clear to all? Okay, listen. Let's go to the next rule. There are some adjectives that do not form the comparatives and superlatives from their positives. They have irregular degrees of comparison. I just repeat the rule once again. There are some adjectives that do not form the comparatives and superlatives from their positives. They have irregular degrees of comparison. For example, good, better, best. In positive it is good, and in comparative it is better, and in superlative it is best. Hope so you might have understood. Next, our last rule in degree of comparison. We use then with the comparative degree, and we use the with the superlative degree. For example, Mohan is shorter than Ricky. Here we use the word shorter in the comparative degree. I just repeat the sentence: Mohan is shorter than Ricky. Let's go with the next rule. We use the with the superlative degree. For example, Palguni is the shortest girl in a class, and in superlative we use shortest. Hope so you might have understood the degree of comparison. Thank you.